Welcome to West Coast Grandma. I thought today I would do something kind of for winter, a winter garden tour, a Canadian winter garden tour for those who don't live up here in the north. We are zone 8A, which is I think a fairly good zone for Canada. We are, southern Vancouver Island is a little south compared to the rest of Canada. So 8A is a pretty good growing zone. I was kind of hoping that we would have had a little bit of snow. It would have just added a little bit of interesting contours to the yard. But as it is, no snow. We've got that same kind of warm trend that seems to be going on everywhere, and our temperatures are 9 Celsius today, so it's definitely pretty warm. So I'm going to take you on a walk through my yard and just kind of show you what it looks like in Canada for a garden in the middle of winter, December 27th. Before we head down to the garden, I just wanted to show you this geranium. Isn't that a gorgeous variety? It's beautiful, and it's just protected enough in here that it's still beautiful and green. And we definitely are enjoying our deck. We enjoy to sit here with our fire pit. And there's my Helleborus, one of my very favorites. They'll be beautiful in the spring. As you look at that, it's already starting to get some flowers on it. They're winter bloomers. So it's still super nice up here, in spite of the fact that it is winter. We're just leaving our deck, and I'm just going to come down and just show you quickly our pond. The koi survive all winter. They just go kind of quiet and docile. They don't eat much, but you know, they survive, so that's the main thing. So look at all the mess around. It is what it is though, right? It's been so windy here, so leaves have really been blowing off. So here's how our pond looks in winter. Kind of a little brown. Oh, see, there you go. Here's one of our big guys just kind of sitting. They do a lot of just sitting, not moving around all too much. There's a couple over there. You can sort of see them down. Yeah, they just stay pretty still. I'm kind of hoping that our little babies are going to survive. We have 6 that we know of for sure. So we're hoping that we're going to end out with at least that 6 in the spring. You know, the herons come around and sometimes that's the end of it. Anyways, the one thing I do love in my yard is all my rhodos, because they stay green all year and they're pretty beautiful. And also all the ferns, they look pretty nice. And that's something really native to this area, our sword ferns. They just grow everywhere all year round. So they're a real welcome thing to any winter garden here up in Canada. So my hydrangeas, yep, they're a little brown, and as you can see, I haven't got a lot of cleaning up done. I had my shoulder surgery 2 weeks ago today, and it's a little difficult just using my left hand when I am right-handed. So we're gonna head around. Let's see, I think we're gonna go up the other way. So there's our fire burning pit there. We're able to burn here for a month in the spring and again another month in the fall. So it gives us the opportunity to get everything cleaned up. There's all my blueberries. Got probably 100 pounds of blueberries this year. But they're all dormant. And like I say, the hydrangeas, sometimes they're kind of nice when you leave all the flower heads on. They do look pretty nice. If we got a little dusting of snow, they would look quite nice. Alrighty, let's head up and just see if there's anything at all in my garden. And here we are. Alrighty, as you can see, it's kind of brown. Yeah, I really should have been in here cleaning things up a little bit, but I just couldn't this year, so it just has to be what it has to be. But here, I have Brussels sprouts, and this is the time of year to pick them. As you can see them in there. There, look at those. We have quite a few. Some of them didn't produce very well. I gotta pull them out, but some of them are really good. Look at those ones. So I need to get out here and I can start harvesting these Brussels sprouts. They're delicious when you let the frost get to them. They're really delicious. So this is the time to start picking them, which I will do pretty soon. And not much more in here. My herbs are kind of hanging in, my oregano and the sage. And of course, my kale. That kale just keeps on going. Yeah, it's all edible still, tastes pretty good. Everything else is pretty brown. I do have my bed of Swiss chard though, and I was going to come and pick some of these for my video today and show you, but I can't do that with one hand, so I have to wait and get my husband to come and help me harvest some. But there we are. It's still pretty good, still totally edible. And then my little greenhouse that I keep all my peppers in, we have that closed up. I keep all these buckets out here to collect water and keep just dumping them into the greenhouse because I do want to keep that soil somewhat damp. So that's about it for up here. Like I say, there is definitely a couple of things. My little trees that I always repot and keep going. I just kind of like doing that with little maples or these little, I'm hoping that these are weeping cedars. That's why I'm hanging on to them, but we'll see when they get a bit bigger. So we'll head on here down to the greenhouse. I just wanted to say I'm just so tired out from this surgery. It's just amazing what a toll that takes on your body. I don't know, it's just hard to get myself going, and today was the first day I'm actually left on my own, so having a shower and everything on my own and trying to get some clothes on, yeah, a little tricky. But anyway, we're surviving. Doctor next week and hopefully start physio, and we'll be all ready for that spring season coming, because I'll be getting my little grow ups set up pretty soon and starting my seeds. So usually I do that at the beginning of February, so that is not far away. So we're going to head on into the greenhouse and just see what's going on in here. Well, here's all my little maples. They're still hanging on to their leaves a bit, but I do have a few of them still growing, and they'll just lose their leaves and then they'll all come back in the spring. And a few sword ferns that I want to transplant, so I put them into pots for now. But here we have cilantro. One good thing, I can come out here and get a bunch of cilantro, which we all love, fresh cilantro. And this lettuce here, it's a little old now, but you know, I just love the green. At this time of year, when I can see something green growing, it makes me happy. So our palm trees are doing great in here. And there's a couple of spaghetti squash that I have to get into the house. And we have a couple of herbs, some parsley, rosemary, more parsley, and that's about it for in the big greenhouse. But you know, it's better than nothing. It is the end of December, so it's always nice to have a few things growing, and nice to be able to come out and get a handful of herbs even when I'm cooking. And there we go again, all the fruit trees are all dormant. There's my apples, all the apple trees, so many apples this year. It was a really great year. Left a few on for the squirrels and the birds, but most of them I was able to turn into applesauce or different kinds of chutneys, so that was great. So in spite of it being winter, it doesn't look too bad, because there are all these bushes that keep their leaves green all year, all the rhodos, and I love all this old moss that's on these trees. It's beautiful. This maple is pretty old and it is massive, and we cut it back so much every year, but it's beautiful over the pond. So there we are, nice greenery that's going to stick around, and ignore the brown, that I have to get to. But like I say, when you've got only one arm, it is what it is for now. So I hope you've enjoyed just taking a little look at a Canadian garden in the middle of winter. In spite of the fact that there's no snow, there's really nothing much growing anymore, but it's still kind of pretty and so mild right now. It's a beautiful time to sit out at our fire pit there and have a fire and roast hot dogs. The kids love to do that. So it's still a beautiful season, and it is a little bit of a breather. Good timing with my shoulder. So anyways, hope you've enjoyed going along on a winter tour of my garden. West Coast Grandma is signing out.